What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode, a special episode of Link Up with Michael Flix. I'm here with my guys, Shawn Christopher and Evan, the host and the creator of Sessions at the Shop here in San Diego. I appreciate y'all joining me, man.
Thanks for pulling up, bro.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
sir. Yes, sir.
I got familiar. Well, I won't say got familiar. I seen the both of you for the first time at Neo Soul, the one that you headlined about. I'm gonna say.
Oh, Soul Sunday. Yeah.
Soul Sunday about 2, maybe 3 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I saw you guys there, and of course became fans. You guys are both really dope at what you do. And then just looking on the Instagram, I found Sessions at the Shop, and been a fan of that. Been watching every drop. Saw my man Speaker Box on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Call him, so I was like, man, they're doing something dope here in San Diego. And it's funny, I have a podcast called Ain't Got It Yet Podcast. I was talking to one of my guests on there about like how San Diego needs like a tiny desk type of thing, like an NPR type of thing.
Oh,
and
man.
I was like, hold on, we do have that. I don't know if they do like live, like you guys having people here live. I was like, no, we do have that. We got Sessions at the Shop. I was like, you know what? Let me pull up on them and talk to them about everything that they got going on. Man.
That's
so thank
right.
you for having me, man.
Man,
Thank you for having us. Right. Oh, we was synced today, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm feeling that.
How you guys doing? What you been up to, man?
Man, today was hot, but I've been great. I've been doing great.
I'll say like I always say, tired but hired. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Take it.
I like that one. I like that one. So let's get right to it, man. Let's not get right to it. Let's start from the beginning. How long? I'm assuming both of you guys have been singing and doing music for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just now getting back into singing. I'm a church boy and everything like that. I love music. Period. My girl's a phenomenal singer. I kind of support her more than I go out and like actually sing myself. But I grew up in church and everything. I put out a couple of songs and stuff like that. but yeah, I'm more so now these days, like more so behind the scenes when it comes to music. But this dude trying to pull me out of retirement.
I surely am, and he will be.
Why are you trying to play the background these days? Any reason for that?
It's fun for me.
Okay.
It's fun. I like attention, but I don't at the same time. So it depends on what day it is. So you might catch me in a mood where I am trying to like swoon or whatever. But then there's other days, I just want to go to sleep. Like y'all go ahead and sing. I'm cool right here. Let me just get the camera. I'm straight. It's just I know what's best for me mentally, and to keep myself going. I'm like, sometimes I need a little break, and I've had like a 10-year break, but but it's all good.
Before that 10 years, where were you singing and where were you performing or creating music?
Mostly in gospel. Of course, worship music. You look at this shirt and tell I was in gospel. No, I'm clowning myself. That's crazy. But yeah, man. That was really the gist of it. Going to different states, going to different conferences, and doing praise and worship and different things like that. But I went to arts high school, and a lot of singers and musicians that are responsible for a lot of the music that we hear today can come from that school, or even he's not a musician, but the biggest celebrity from my school, Arts High School, I went to school with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, wow.
Right, yeah, he was a grade above me. Who else? Gina from Martin. I shouldn't say Tisha Campbell, right? Melvin Moore, but those are the caliber of folks that come out of that school. Like you got to audition and all of that stuff. But yeah,
Is that school in Jersey?
Newark, New Jersey. Yep.
Is that where you're from?
All day, every day.
What brought you to California?
Man, that's a different discussion for a different time. No, love brought me out here, brother.
Okay.
Love brought me out here for sure.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What about you, Shawn?
What's that?
Your whole musical journey, man. Where did it start?
Oh man, it started in the church. I'm a church kid, just like this young guy right here, man. Yeah, we are church kids. Raised in the church, singing in the choir. That's what brought me out this way as well, man. Just actually, God brought me out here, but singing is one thing that I can't get rid of. Like I love cutting hair. I am a barber, but that I would always tell people early on, like barbering is my girlfriend, but music is my wife. But I love both. Now I can actually bring both of those together, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it all planned out the way that I didn't think it was. But, hey, I get to do both things I love at the same time.
Crazy.
Now, with starting both, I guess, question for both of you, with starting music in the church, did that before coming to California? Were you doing music outside of the church, or was it pretty much only in the church to start?
For me, it was mostly inside of the church, to be honest. But then, like, when I started doing, like, background stuff, like, with camera and all of that stuff, television, all of that, like, it was definitely what we would call secular. Mm-hmm. So, I've gotten to do and be a part of productions with, like, Wyclef. I've shot stuff I've shot for... quite a few festivals. I can't even think of all of them right now. The last one I went to, because I'm traumatized, was Astro World with Travis Scott. Rolling Loud. You think of a festival, I've been there filming. So music has always been a part of my journey, and it just makes me a little bit happier. Like I feel like I could do the same thing, but just still being a part of it, just capturing it, is the same feeling. So that was my outside of the church moment with music.
How long
with the
did you
camera?
film?
Over a decade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
School for it and everything?
Yeah, I went to, not a college, but Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I got some work there. Got a certificate there. Started doing radio because I thought I had a face for radio at the time. That's what I thought. I was just like, hey, man. And that's why it was like, no, you're actually a little bit handsome. I said, a little bit, wait. A little bit. And then started getting into television. I did end up with my own television show on MTV called Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said it was called what?
Grossbusters, like yuck, disgusting. It's like Pimp My Ride meets Room Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
pretty dope
How long
experience.
was that
Couple seasons.
Nice.
That's it. About like 2015 to 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that was it. It was like, that's enough, Negro.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
You had to clean up the room?
No, not me. Oh,
Not
nah.
you, but I'm saying like the rooms get cleaned.
They had to clean the room, and if they cleaned the room up successfully, they would get like an upgrade. So it'd be like Pimp My Ride TVs and
that's
except
legit.
they work.
Okay.
I don't work for them no more, so I can say that. Ain't nobody at that office no more that used to work there.
What about you? Was it only in the church or outside of the church?
I actually started singing outside the church when I moved out here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the church
You
in
did?
Texas. I know, right?
It's like,
I was in the church when I was in Texas. When I moved out here, I was going to North Park Apostolic Church, right? So I was going there for about a good 13 years before I even stepped out to start singing anywhere else. Because, sometimes they try to, not even hinder. It's like you can't do it or you going to hell. And
That's
I was
a hindrance,
like,
bro.
okay, yeah. I was like judgment all day long. But, I started just singing outside, like at Neo Soul and stuff like that, because that's the type of music that I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. The friends that I met out here that were musicians, they were playing there. So that was like a little release for me. I never strayed away from God, but I was like, he's bigger than just this type of music. I like D'Angelo. You know what I mean? So they playing D'Angelo. I like R&B. They play R&B. I love Neo Soul. They play, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was just pretty much playing everything that I love to listen to.
Was it hard for you to start like making and creating music outside of the church, being like so heavily influenced by the church?
No, because I was doing it anyway. Mm-hmm. I just wouldn't let people read it or hear it because I didn't want to be ostracized. But now everybody just do. Everybody being themselves, and I enjoy that.
I asked because I growing up in the church, my dad is a pastor. So
Mine too, bro.
For me, growing up for me, writing poetry and writing music, and not that they don't want you to write what you want to write, but a lot of times it's like, oh, you gotta write that for God, you gotta do that for God. You will, and you're going to, but you also have these other things that you want to write about as well. You know what I mean? So I know for me anyway, it's the same thing. I was whenever it was an opportunity to write or perform or present in the church, I would do that, but also do this over here too. And for a lot of times, like you said, I wouldn't share it and I wouldn't speak on it for that reason. And for me though, even though my mom was pretty open and accepting for me to explore my talents and stuff like that, so I don't think she would ever had an issue. But you just feel like you're not
doing the right
thing.
Yeah. You know
what was the denomination? If you
Church of God in Christ.
Really, and your mom was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, man.
And my mom a little different, bro.
Oh, man.
Got that reaction.
I need to meet your mom, man.
Right.
Go talk to my dad right quick.
Baptist culture too?
Nah, they Pentecostal. Yeah, and then my mom, like, apostolic.
See, and when I moved out here, I didn't realize the difference between those three.
Man.
It was like Pentecostal, Kojic, and Apostolic. So
And
I'm like,
those
what's
all
the
the
difference?
three.
Bro, that's a trip, G.
Yeah.
So either way, I was like, all right, if I want to sing, any organization's like, you still going to hell. I was like, all right.
And we ain't saying nothing bad about y'all, because we know they worse than
Yeah.
gangs. So roll up Paru Kojic on you, like, just...
It's real. I have like, quite a few friends and like homegirls and stuff that grew up singing in the church that like, and now like as they gotten older, like not until like late 20s, early 30s that they start to like really like explore singing and creating music outside of the church for the same reasons. And it's like you feel bad, like you feel bad for them. It's like
Absolutely.
you're not a Christian. You're not a bad person if you decide to explore that part of your creativity. It's okay.
And that's just the thing. It's a part of your creativity.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And I don't even think writing stuff like that, like when somebody say, oh, why don't you write for God? I am. Even though it might not be, I'm singing an Israel song or something like that, I'm still doing it. You know what I mean? I'm still talking about love. That's what I lead off of. That's my first and my last. I live on the law of love. I think love can really like conquer anything. You think cats get into an argument, if you got a pure heart, all right, you might not see eye to eye, but love you anyway, I'm gonna go this way. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to prove at all. You'll figure it out. I'm like, oh, okay. I've had many cats come to me and it's like, yo, I was wrong. You ain't never apologized in your life. Why you apologizing to me? Because I'm living off the law of love, period. And that's how I met this cat.
And we gonna get into that in a minute, but I can say that's very true. Like of the, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 people that I've asked about you before, like hitting you up to do this, everyone said the same thing.
Really?
Like, Shawn is such a cool dude, man. He's such a loving dude, but you have a good time talking to him. Everybody, the 3 or 4 people that I asked about you, everyone had the same story for sure.
You asked the wrong people. No, Shawn is amazing, bro. For real.
That's dope. So how did you two meet?
All right. I think I'll take it.
All right, go.
So when I didn't move out here quite yet, this was about 2 years ago. I had actually, me and Brittany, my girlfriend, we had just met for the first time in person. And that Sunday, she did background for Rowan for that R&B joint at Music Box. And you had to sing. So the first person I ever met out here outside of Britt was Shawn. So yeah. That was the first person I met. And first thing, you look like you could sing. I'm like, you just met me. How you know I could sing? You look like you could sing. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So he went and he killed. And then, I just kept coming back out here. I would see him at Soul Sunday. We pulled up to Neo Soul. Didn't really have a bunch of conversation or anything like that. But then, a few months go down. And I think Britt had got me a haircut for my birthday like last year. And we started to build from there. He was like telling me his hopes and dreams and stuff like that, and it kind of aligned with mine. And like, you would think we've known each other for like 20 years.
I was gonna say that.
You know what I'm saying? We just, honestly, literally like 2 years. And if you really want to get specific, like it's really, our friendship is like been budding for like a year.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Honestly, this is like my little brother. This is family to me. Like that's my dude, for real.
So yeah, I was gonna say it seems like you guys have like almost grown up together, like you've known each other for a really long time.
That's crazy.
I would have known that it's only been a year.
Man.
That's dope. That's a blessing for real.
For sure.
That's dope. It's not many people that like you meet people that you can get along with, that you can hang out with and spend a little bit of time with, somebody that you could like really like after only a year call your brother like that you can hang out with. That's really dope.
And it's crazy because this has probably been this has been super effortless as far as like creating together and stuff like that. All the other partnerships, I've had some great partnerships, but like this is the one. Like this one is a different feeling, bro. It's a different vibe. I can't really explain it all the way, but it's like this is fire. When you have a partnership with somebody, it should be easy. You shouldn't be butting heads. You shouldn't be super uncomfortable when y'all get into a meeting with each other, or y'all. Me and him, we don't argue. None of them. I'm not an arguer anyway, but
neither am I.
Yeah. But like, if we disagree, we disagree. If we see somebody, getting off track a little bit, we could just say, "Hey, man, I think you should do this, that, and the third," and it is what it is. Like, no love lost.
But at the same time, see, you know, I'm piggyback.
Okay.
I know his credentials, right? So I'm just not getting used to being myself out in the open. So
What does that mean? I'm sorry.
meaning I don't like singing in front of people, really. I'll do it, but I'm also tapping into my creative side. He's already done that, so I have no problem. I have no pride to say, "Hey, what can I do better? What am I doing anything wrong?" And you know, and he'll tell me if we just had one. We just had a sessions. And
I don't hold back. Like, everybody look at me and they see the glasses, and for whatever reason, they be like, "Oh, this nigga must be nice."
Nah, but the thing is,
I am nice, but I'm gonna keep it real with you.
He's gonna keep it a buck, and I appreciate that because you got some folks that are just fugazi. You're like, yeah, just to get stuff done. But I really appreciate him, and I take what he says to heart. You know what I mean? Because it goes beyond sessions at the shop with me and Evan. I can talk to this man about life. You know what I mean? I could talk to him about God. I could talk to him about relationships. And he's going to keep it a whole stack with me. So I appreciate that. You know what I mean? You really don't find that out here too much, you know? But yeah, when a prayer is answered, rock with it. And this is my brother here. A prayer was answered. I was trying to figure out what I want to do after cutting hair because I don't want to cut hair all the time. What I do love about cutting hair is it's almost like being a counselor. You get to help people and get to hear everybody's issues and stuff like that. And one thing that can soothe the soul is music. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do all this stuff. Brittany hits him up, birthday cut. I'm talking to him. Hey, won't you?
That's when we had the discussion. Yep.
And everything just popped. I'm like, all right, bet. This is an answered prayer.
Yeah.
And it's been on go ever since.
Yeah.
That's up. Let's get into the idea, the creation of sessions at the shop, and what it's doing now, and like what you guys hope to do with it in the future. Where did you get that idea from?
I can speak to the genesis. So like the idea, it's so funny that you said Tiny Desk, man, because it was just like during the pandemic when I was still living in Jersey. I had Sessions with Evan the Show. That was, that's my stage name or whatever. Sessions with Evan the Show, and I had a few different people. We were doing it live, and I had a studio then, so we had them come to the studio. I actually did it at a church. I actually did it at another location, and it was going all right. And then I actually came out here, and I was doing it with a couple of Rick Scales. He was the first person that said yes to me. Then it was a young lady you might be familiar with. She was out in LA. She's not from LA, but she lives out in LA. Ashley J. She sings for pretty much every Jasmine Sullivan, Monica, all of them people. I called her up and I was just like, hey, I need you to do this for me. She was like, okay, cool, no problem. So I had to drive to LA. And finding people, nobody in San Diego was really saying yes because they don't know who I am. For whatever reason, it be like that out here. Y'all love me now, it's cool. But y'all was not. I'm going to be real with my brother at first. Homie ain't hit me back a couple of times when I had called. Yeah, so the Rick Scales one, I remember. He was like, yeah, man, I'm pulling up. Hey, man, pull up, man. Call
I didn't pull up. You're right. I didn't.
Say nothing next time. Hey, man, I'm sorry, brother. But nah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. But actually, hers was the one that kind of got like noticed by quite a few people, and then people started wanting to work and everything. But me and him had a conversation on my last birthday, my birthday before last, about his desire to bring community together, get some light shed on a lot of the different artists out here and all of that. And I just said it right there. Yo, I got this thing called Sessions. And I showed them and I was just like, yo, we going to call it Sessions at the Shop. So it's not Sessions with Evan the Show. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to host no more. You're going to host. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we kind of built the partnership because, he's valuable. I mean, he provide not just him providing the location. Now I don't have to go everywhere in the world. But he has this people love Shawn and they pretty much do anything for him. So it's nice to see, and be tapped in with somebody like that has so much respect in the city. And pretty much Shawn don't know. People will do whatever for Shawn. And he don't even realize that. People will do whatever for him. I know maybe everybody don't show that all the time, but think about even your birthday. Like all it took was a couple of messages to people, and everybody pulled up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's just a great. Now it's blossoming to something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like bigger than we were kind of expecting. Like the followers aren't high right now, but like if you're paying attention to the people that are liking our posts and resharing them and hitting us up, like it's on go mode, man.
That's dope.
It's on go.
What's the so the plan was just to the idea rather was just to kind of like have just like provide a platform for people to just showcase what they do, or
yeah, showcase. Basically, if you're a singer, rapper, spoken word artist, just giving light and showcasing the best version of those people. Like I will tell you, if you get up here in this seat, we try to give a lot of people an opportunity. If it's not up to par, and I don't think that it's your best, we just won't show it. You know what I mean? Not to say that person's not a good singer. It's just sometimes people get stage fright in front of a room of 4 people as opposed to like a bigger crowd. So it's very intimate here. And if you don't meet the criteria, you know, I'll let you try again.
And how many times has that happened?
It happened a few. I don't want to give out numbers because people are like, oh, he did that because no. It's not. Every artist that we've had in here has been spectacular. It's just sometimes, like I said, I want the best version of them. I don't want it to go out and, because you know how it is today. If a singer's off just a little bit, starting the wrong key, people are ruthless. And I don't want that to happen to the community that we love. It's like, it's already not a lot of opportunity. Or there's a lot of gatekeeping and stuff like that. And it's just like, we're not trying to gatekeep, but at the same time, we want you to do your best. So like, if you have to come here 4 or 5 times, if the 5th one is dope, we're going to put it out. You know what I'm saying? So.
And it's your brand at the end of the day. Like, it's your brand at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. I'm more concerned about them, though, to be honest. Like, the brand is going to do what it's going to do. Right. I think it's getting the love it's going to get. And I don't think people are going to come to us with, well, let me be quiet. They will come to us with trash. But for the most part, I'm not too worried about the brand. I'm more worried about the individual. So,
hey,
yeah,
I agree with everything you just said, bro.
Yeah.
Now, for you, somebody to say that like you don't really necessarily like to perform, like to sing in public, like in front of people. You seem like you're very, from what I've noticed, a very charismatic dude. It seems like you can really talk to anyone, and you're a great live performer. So where does that like that anxiety or that standoffishness from it? Where does that come from?
Me being a big judge to myself.
Okay.
To be completely honest, I'm extremely vulnerable, so you're gonna catch all the real Shawn. I love to sing. I love to perform. I love to make people smile. I love people to enjoy themselves when they're out, especially when it's live music. You know, I don't think we give live music enough credit anymore. Nothing wrong with DJs. I think DJs they start everything off right, but I think a lot of people will have way more fun at clubs just dancing and stuff you can listen to on the radio than actually enjoying live instrumentation and live singing and stuff like that. You know, but I'll sing, but the entire time afterwards and sometimes beforehand, I'm shook it beforehand, and after I'm done, I'm like, how did I do? What did I do wrong? I'm not even asking what anything positive. It's literally sorry, but for real, that's just me, and I'm learning. I'm in the process of learning how to change my thinking on that. But it was always, hey, bro, what I do wrong? What I got to do better? And it was like, yo, just live in the moment. You did great, you know. But I think that's where it comes from. But at the same time, if I get the opportunity to sing, oh, you best believe I'm ready to do it. But do I want to all the time? Absolutely not. But I do. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird, but
it's almost like you have to, right?
No. What you mean?
Like you feel like you have to?
Nah, because I know I don't have to.
Okay.
If I don't want to, I ain't going to do it. But sometimes I'm just like for my birthday at the last one, right? I actually really, really wanted to. It was just the fact that I had some couple of. So I was like, when Alex was like, hey, come on, I'm with it. But after that, I was like, all right, I'm good. Yeah. You know, you know, sometimes cats still like, hey, why you not singing? Because it's not my turn. Oh, yeah. You know, and when it gets to that point, that's when to be honest, that's when I really just chill out, because I don't want to be just everywhere. I don't want to just saturate everything. They're like, man, I'm tired of seeing you. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I do love singing. Like that's part of me, man. I love music. I love singing. You know, so yeah.
So with those two, like was there any hesitation when he hit you up to host this? I guess you guys had figured it out when you were cutting his hair, probably. But you say you brought the idea to him.
It wasn't no hesitation at all.
Okay.
No. I was like, bro, what you need me to do? I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I think for me, I want to leave a legacy of me, period. Mm-hmm. My last name is Moore, so I want to do more of everything, you know, but I just never knew where to start. Mm-hmm. He gave me an opportunity to do it. He wasn't sketchy about it. I wasn't double guessing him about it, because I'm like, man, he's a man of God. I'm a man of God. I trust him. Let's go, bro. You know, like, let's do it. What you need, I got you. Hey, can you help me with this? I know he got me. You know, if he's available, I'm with it. If he's not, I understand. He's a grown man with a woman. Right. You know what I mean? So it's it's just all love on this side with me and E.
Yeah.
So what's the immediate goals and plans and sessions at the shop, and kind of also some like the future plans as well?
Oh man, I can speak to some of them. You want to talk about the live?
We can talk about that. Yeah, you can go first.
So September 1st, we're doing our first live sessions at the shop. It'll be outside of the shop, but it'll have that same feeling as you being in the barbershop and you kind of feeling and understanding the process that we go through to create sessions at the shop. You'll have the same vibe. We'll tell everybody the location, all of that. We'll put the flyer out and all of that stuff too, and promote heavy. But yeah, it's time to take it outside of the shop and give people that sense. It's like those barbershop quartets and all of that stuff. Like when you think about certain cities and states, you see cats out singing in front of the barbershop, or a lot of the latest music when I was growing up, I would hear in the barbershop, you'd be like, yo, you got that mixtape from so-and-so, and it just be like, we're trying to create that same vibe, but like we trying to give people access to artists that they wouldn't just hear or see on TikTok, because now it's not even the radio no more. TikTok dictates music, so we're just taking full advantage. We will be on TikTok soon. But right now we riding with the Instagram and YouTube, and there's a lot of other stuff happening too. If you want to jump in, what's happening?
No,
you got something tomorrow, bro.
No, one thing that I would love to do is with this is bring the community together. Yeah. I got a heart for the community, man. Like I said to you earlier, it's always been. And this is no knock on Dago. I love San Diego. But it's always been people saying this is a dog-eat-dog city.
It's not,
and
honestly.
It's really not.
I come from the East Coast. This ain't.
I think people have been hurt, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And I think people move off of hurt. People move off of some unhealed situations. So when you got a cat like me and Evan, just literally just bleeding love on the people, and it's like, I don't need nothing from you, but what would you like to do? I'm here to serve you. I'm here to what would you like to do? And I don't need nothing from you. And when they finally see it, it's like, oh, okay, I can let my guard down.
Yeah.
I'm a barber. I connect everybody, bro. I know that's my gift. So I've seen a lot of people come through Neo Soul Tuesdays. So I would get to know people. Hey, you have a great voice. You have good charisma to do this and do that, blah, blah, blah. And once this opened up, I was like, hey, come on through. I would love for this, in my brain, I would love for this to expand and be global, to be completely honest with you. But we starting somewhere. Mm-hmm. It'll get there. Mm-hmm. It'll get there. And really just to bring people, this is how I see it. I don't know how E sees it. But I honestly feel that music can change a life. You know what I mean? Depending on how you playing it. You can play Nuck if you buck. Nuck. Niggas they be in the club fighting. You can sing this one, take it. I'm taking a little age real quick. You can play 12 play back in the day. Somebody gonna get some draws. You know what I mean? You can go to church and sing something from Tony or Donnie McClurkin.
Somebody gonna get some drugs.
No, but for real. But you see how it can alter your thoughts. So for me, I really hope, and it's not even I hope, I know what's going to happen. I really believe this is going to bring people together. I told my boy Logan one time, hurt people. We always say hurt people. But I'm on the other spectrum. I think I know heal people can heal people.
That's a fact.
So that's how I go into sessions at the shop. I've seen people come in, have a crappy day, and they've come to sessions at the shop, and we just be chilling. They'll sing their song, and we just kicking it a little bit afterwards. And their entire spirits is up to the roof. It was like, man, I just came in, I was feeling this way, and now since I'm leaving, I'm up here, and I got family here. Like, you don't know me just as Shawn. You don't know him just as Evan anymore. It's like, that's my brother. You know what I mean? And we're going to treat you as such. If you do it, you're my little brother. You're a female, that's my sister. You know what I mean? And I don't think that's common. And I want to make that common. You know what I mean? And not know that's my sister, that's my brother, and we, you know what I mean? We knocking each other down at the end of the day. Like, nah, it's like, yo, put some respect on it. And like, if you're going to treat her as such, like your sister, treat her as such like your sister. You know what I mean? If you want to get with her, talk to her. Mm-hmm. But as far as for everybody doing each other dirty, I think it's a little time out for that. I think that's ran its course a little bit too long.
I agree.
And not just in San Diego.
I agree with you on that. Yeah. It may not be like as far as opportunity, because I know people will be like, anytime I mention, San Diego being nicer or having a better experience, people be like, man, you trying to call San Diego something? No, not at all. In my experience, I've just been met with love out here. It doesn't matter who it is. They could be a gangster, they could be a church person, they could be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. My experiences, I've been met with love here. But yeah, there's a lot of shenanigans that do go on.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's just time out for it.
But to answer your question, we do have some live sessions happening, and we're going to see how it works out when we do this first live session, and maybe we'll do it monthly. And this is an opportunity to get a few people on that just wouldn't have the opportunity, or that we're not even aware of, to be honest, because there's so much talent. And I remember telling you that before, because people are like, where are all the black people? There's a very small population of black folks in San Diego. I often say, and I might have stole this, San Diego was like Atlanta for white people. So it definitely is Atlanta for white people. Before. So it's good to be able to give, not just to our people, because we've had different races on the sessions at the shop, and we'll probably have other races as well, but just like, I like being the person to break an artist. You know what I mean? There was a joint called, in like the UK, called Balcony TV back in the day. I don't even know if y'all know about it, but like Ed Sheeran started on there.
Really?
Like, and the quality is terrible. It's like, they probably did this in somebody, it's supposed to be Balcony TV. It looked like it was in the basement.
Really?
I'm not gonna hold you. It was pretty bad, but he was on there vibing, and there's a couple of other artists and stuff like that. I've always wanted to be that person that like breaks an artist, and not necessarily even to get like credit for it, but just to be like, just to know in my mind, like, yeah, man, I gave them their first opportunity, and look at them now. To sit back, like, yo, that's crazy.
Something to be proud of.
Yeah. I have a similar feeling. Like, I interview a lot of high school athletes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
yes, sir.
I know a lot of them are going to be pros.
They're going to come back to your tapes.
I'm probably thinking, like, I'm his first interview. His first, like, long-form interview, I'm the first one. It's got to be, because he's only in high school.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, speaking to the energy and the love, that I definitely felt that as soon as I got here, man. Again, I heard nothing but great things about you, and I definitely felt the good vibe and the good energy as soon as I got here, man.
Thank you, Dusty.
Evan, Shawn, I appreciate y'all welcoming me.
All right, man.
Sessions at the shop.
Yes, sir.
Y'all tap in, make sure y'all watch all the episodes, YouTube and Instagram, everywhere else they drop, man. Sessions at the shop. For another episode of Link Up with Michael Flix, I appreciate you guys tapping in, man. Until next time, take care. Thanks, fellas.
No problem, bro.